Hey guys, this is Canfrey15, and I'm back at it with another video for you guys, and this is another Stargirl Season 1 review for you guys. And man, what an episode today. Hands down, was the best episode of Stargirl tonight. It was the best episode of Stargirl. If you don't believe it, it definitely has to be in your top 5. And that ending, man, that ending. You're not telling me they're just going to end the episode off like that. My goodness. My freaking goodness. Anyways, let's get into this week's episode because this week's episode, it's crazy. It's crazy. So we're on Stargirl episode 10, and I believe we only have 3 more episodes of the season left. So the season's winding down here. The season is winding down. So the episode starts off 2 years ago in Blue Valley, because almost every Stargirl episode up to this point has had some sort of flashback scene. So in Blue Valley, we see a older Pat and Barbara 2 years ago. Essentially, they first meet in this diner in Blue Valley, and they're both there, just I guess doing something, and this waitress asks what they would like. They kind of say the same thing at the exact same time, and the waitress is like, "Oh, that's kind of cute," and stuff like that. Then the waitress kind of comes back and say, "Well, we only have like 1 banana," but then Pat at first like, "You can give it to her," but then I called it to him like, "Let me guess, why not just share it with her?" So then they end up sharing the banana float, I guess what that's called. I forgot what they said, and they eat it, and then obviously, as we know, they hook up. They hook up later. I did like the transition to where it goes to the present time, and it's just Barbara just obviously like, what the hell is going on here? Forewarn you guys also, there will be some not PG-13 not PG words being used in this video, because there was one line of dialogue which I found hilarious. Anyways, it anyways, Pat and Courtney tell Barbara the whole spiel and everything. Courtney's like, "Starman's my dad," but Barbara doesn't believe it, and even Barbara doesn't believe what Pat's saying and stuff like that. And Barbara's just fed up at this point. She tells she tells Courtney to essentially like legit shut up and go to your room. Like you can see she is pissed. Like legit pissed off. And you want to know how pissed off she is? She makes Pat like, "Look, I can't believe you lied to me for all these years, for the years you've known me. Get your bag, leave the house. You're sleeping. You need to go sleep somewhere else." And I was like, "Oh, she's kicking him out of the house already?" I was like, "Oh, that's what happens when you're a hero sometimes, because you never know what reaction you can get." See, and that's why I love these superhero shows, man. When these characters who are the superheroes are doing superhero duties, when they finally tell the ones that they care about that, "Oh, I'm a superhero," or which most likely happens on every superhero show, either the love interest or somebody close to them finds out their secret identity, obviously abruptly, and obviously like any other show, they get pretty pissed off, or they have the shock reaction with like, "I can't believe you've been a hero this entire time," and stuff like that. So yeah, but Barbara here, she is in the role of, when she finds out, she is pissed and she kicks Pat out of the house. Now it cuts to Brainwave and Henry Jr. Now Brainwave, he can't recall things from 10 years ago. So this takes place back to the time when his wife like died and stuff like that. Now the way it's described, and the way Henry Jr. describes it, is mom, and we find out the reason of death. His mom died in a drowning accident, and she died in the pool. But when I guess they pulled the carcass out of the pool, she was ice cold. So we're led to believe that Icicle is the one that killed the wife, which would make complete sense because, it's not like he killed a completely other family a few minutes ago himself either. Yeah. Fun fact, we later find out what really happened to the mom later in the episode, but I will get to that later. Anyways, in this moment too, Brainwave also realizes that Henry Jr. has powers. Now, it cuts back to the household with Pat, and as Pat's leaving with his bags, Mike's asking, like, where is he going? And then obviously Mike's like, listen, or Pat tells him, like, listen, he's gonna go sleep in the garage, but Mike's like, I'm gonna go with you, Dad, because stuff like that. And Mike obviously is like, you're gonna be in another divorce, aren't you? And stuff like that. So it's definitely implied that um, Pat's been in other relationships, and I'm guessing when I guess his significant others found out his identity, I guess they just divorced him because obviously that's the same thing, you know, Barbara feels like she's going through. So it is a cool moment. And in this one moment, Pat's like, Mike, I never told you, as Mike's going up the stairs, like, I love you and stuff like that. So that's a nice heartfelt moment. Now Now we cut back to the hospital. Icicle walks into Brainwave's hospital room. And at first I thought he was gonna freaking kill him like he does every other freaking character in this freaking show. Um, Now in the meantime, Henry Jr. actually goes back home, and we get the we he puts in this recording which talks about his mom in the past, and again, it adds to the alertness that it sounds like Icicle killed Henry's mom. But we also do get another revelation of the fact that Henry's mom, Mary, is the sister of Starman, which is insane. So yeah. Now, anyways, in the meantime, the staff actually goes up to Courtney's room, and Courtney's like, no, you need to go away. Like, I can't go out right now. My mom's pissed. You need to go away. And this is in the middle of the night. So then, surprisingly enough, the staff pulls a Courtney and tries to attack Icicle in the hospital. But thanks to Brainwave's little powers, it stops the staff in place. And Icicle manages to freeze the staff. They take the staff. Henry Jr. actually sees all that's happened, and boom, that's when he later goes to meet up with Courtney later in the episode and stuff like that. So, yeah. Courtney the following morning sees the staff was gone, and then she goes up to her mom, Barbara, to tell her, like, the staff's gone, but Barbara's like, okay, fine, that's great. That's great the staff's gone. Pat probably took it. And then this is when Barbara's like, listen, we're leaving Blue Valley as of today. So pack your bags, and we're going to be out of here. So stuff like that. Courtney then goes to Pat to tell her, but then Pat kind of says something like, listen, just listen to your mom and go pack just in case, and stuff like that. Then this is when we get another scene about Mike and Courtney. And Mike, yet again, gets pissed off at Courtney because obviously Courtney's not going to tell her brother, what the heck's going on. It's already bad enough that, the mom, that Barbara knows, and Mike knows the secret, stuff like, it's interesting. And I'm not, hold on a sec. Okay, sorry for that. Sorry for that interruption. Now, what I was saying about Mike. I'm not trying to take a dig at Mike, but I just don't like this character change. Like, 2 episodes ago, he gets pissed off at Courtney for him thinking Courtney's hogging his dad all to herself. Which, no, wouldn't that be the most ideal thing for a stepdaughter and a stepfather to build a relationship? Heck, a step parent and a step kid child. So you build a relationship so they have trust. And Mike here is getting pissed because apparently he thinks that, Barbara and Courtney are going to leave and stuff like that, even though he sees that Courtney's definitely does not support this idea of Pat and Barbara splitting up, which again makes no sense in the case of Mike's character. And then he's just taking a dig. He's like, "Goodbye, Courtney." I'm like, I know you're a kid and you're probably but I'm like, dude, you don't have to be that rude. Jesus, I don't know, Mike. The way Mike's treated Courtney, this season kind of goes back on the apology he said, and I didn't even think he said so much for the apology. I'm like, dude, I'm like, you do see your stepsisters trying to stop everything. Hold on for a second. Again, sorry for that, guys. Sorry. Life outside of YouTube. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on uh Mike and Courtney. So yeah, let's get to the next part. Um, anyways, Courtney, like I said, Courtney runs into Henry, and that's when Henry, you know, calls her over. He does this one move where he just um, touches her arm, and then all of a sudden, all these fluctuations of what Henry saw is transferred to Courtney. So it reminds me of that one thing I know. And for people who didn't watch Dragon Ball Z, it reminds me of this one move. Goku, the main character of Dragon Ball Z, does this move on his buddy where he just puts his hand on his forehead and he just sees everything his buddy saw, or like essentially reads his mind. And that's what Courtney kind of did. Well, that's what Brandon kind of did with Courtney here. So it was an interesting thing. It's like, oh, so it gave Courtney up to speed now. Courtney's like, don't do that ever again, please and thank you. But then that's when, they agree to stop Icicle and Jordan and I to, and then to save, get her staff back and save his dad. Now, it cuts to what Barbara's doing at her job, and she sends this email to Sam, which is going to be the main focal point of next week's episode, and stuff like that. Now, then we get a tension scene in the school where, Courtney's telling, you know, the others, like, we need to, help Henry and stuff like that. But then Yolanda and Rick totally not having it, to the point Rick tries to get into a fight with him, like, straight up. And it all eventually breaks down, Yolanda's obviously pissed. She's like, I can't. You chose me over him. You came to me. I guess it doesn't make us friends anymore. I was like, I was like, well, I guess I can't blame her. You think you're one of the first friends you make in a while. Is actually gonna help the dude who kind of betrayed you to an extent. So I understand where she's coming from right then and there. Anyways, it cuts back to Barbara. Pat actually shows up at her job, and then a few minutes later, the grandparents and Jordan show up in there, and they give her these cookies. But the kids are infiltrating the base. They break up into two different groups. Beth and Rick go together while Yolanda, Henry, and Courtney are all together and stuff like that. So those three run into Dragon King's lair while Beth and Rick they run into Solomon Grundy's thing. And stupidly enough, Rick tries to open the door to Solomon Grundy, and and I'm watching this, I'm like, I swear, I played Batman Arkham City. Um, Solomon's Grundy is probably something you don't want to mess with, like legit. And I'm like, Batman Arkham City, Batman almost freaking died to him, Solomon Grundy. So yeah, play Batman Arkham City, great game. Anyways, yeah. So then they do that. That's kind of their thing for the episode. Till they re-meet up with Courtney and the others. Um, Essentially, and then it cuts back to the room, and it's kind of you would think this would be a tension scene, but no, the grandparents and Icicle Toes walking and be like, "Oh, we'll be leaving now." So, anyways, bye. In the meantime, Barbara actually records the grandparents' voices when they were speaking Norwegian, and she's able to translate it. And we later find out later in the episode, which kind of wraps up their storyline. We see in the episode that now Barbara definitely can trust Pat because when they translate the message out of Norwegian to English, we find out that the grandparents were talking about the machine, obviously the project, and Project New America and stuff like that. Now, anyways, oh, okay. No, anyways, like I said, Courtney, Yolanda, and not Rick, Henry Jr. are all in Dragon King's lair. Now, this is what I was talking about. This is the thing where I said earlier. I'm gonna be a little bit rated R here, but not PG, but legit. I thought My prediction was I thought Cindy would actually be like, hey, get me out of here. Get me out of here. I'll help you. But no. What do I think? Don't trust don't trust a chick who hates you. Never trust a chick that hates you. I kid you not. Word for word. Cindy says this. And I said, listen, skip the video if you don't want to hear this language. And I will not be muting this thing out. Anyways, Cindy goes on and says this, word for word from the episode, which had me dying. And also had me saying, oh, you a whole ass, you know what. Um, she goes on to say this. She's like, Dad, the bitch is here. I'm like, what the hell, bro? I'm like, shut up. She said that. I was like, oh, you a whole ass, you know what? I heard that. I'm like, I know you hate Courtney, but my God. I'm like, she straight up said, you know, I'm not gonna repeat it, but I freaking was dying. I was like, you really just gonna sell us out like that? Oh, I actually thought you could, try to ask for help, but no, you tried to sell us out. Heck, even later, she's like, come on, Dad, let me out, I want to kill her, I'm like, she's nuts. I'm like, no, I can't. I'm like, well, there's no saving Cindy anymore. So my prediction of Cindy turning into a good guy, that ain't happening because she legit hates Courtney to death. She wants to kill her. So yeah. They see the staff as well as they see his dad. So so the three of them get into the fight with I guess these druids, essentially these zombified people. They take him down. Then Courtney and Dragon King start fighting, which was a pretty cool fight. But Dragon King starts to get the upper hand and on Courtney. It looks like Courtney's going to be killed, but then Yolanda breaks out the staff and she's able to use the staff. And in the meantime, and this is when we get another revelation. We see Dragon King's true face, and this dude really looks like a damn reptile, bro. He looks like some kind of. He looks like he has a spiky face of the freaking lizard from the freaking Amazing Spider-Man. That's what he looked like. Some spiky. He looked disgusting too. I was like, well, so that's what he looks like. Okay, that's disgusting. Anyways, in the meantime, Brainwave Senior actually wakes up, and he is back to what he started off like in earlier this season, the first two episodes of the season, where he's just evil. Henry pushes him back because he doesn't want to listen to him and stuff like that. Also, it focuses back on the email in the room after Icicle's comes in. And he's like, Barbara, I guess she's not here. And then we see the email from Sam saying your daughter Courtney. So that's what's going to be happening next week. Anyways, this is when we get the last scene in the episode. Obviously, the JSA all come back together. They're running to escape. Take the a wrong turn and they run into a dead end. There's these bars here. Thanks to Rick, they break open the bars and a few of them get in. It was Yolanda, Beth, and Rick. They all get in. But then that's when Bravewave Senior comes back. He bends the bars back, and then thanks to Rick and Henry, they were able to reopen the bars again, and Courtney's kind of holding him back, and then Henry force powers Courtney out of the exit, and then this is when we get essentially Henry Jr. versus his own dad. Well, not a fight, but we see it face to face, and this is when we get huge revelations. Now, Brainwave Senior is telling Henry come on, son, work side by side with me. Listen, we can work this together. We both have powers. We can work together. And Henry Jr. is like, I'm not down with that, Dad. You're not my dad. This is not you. Try to remember what happened about Mom. You were trying to help Mom. You're trying to be there for Mom. And then this is when we get the revelation. So, you know how I said about earlier in the episode, Icicle, it's implied that Icicle killed Henry's mom? No. The real person, the real murderer who killed Mary, Henry Jr.'s mom, is Henry Sr., aka Brainwave himself. And the reason he says this is Icicle essentially gave him a choice. It's either, you do what you want to do, live the happy life, or you need to learn how to, be in the fold and take these sacrifices. And he killed her for it. And he said in the most sinister way ever. And I was like, you killed your own wife so you could go forward with this project. And then that's when Henry Jr. finds out. He's like, I'm never going to join you and I'm never going to be like you. And then that's when Brainwave, that's when Brainwave kills Henry Jr. And the episode ends off there. That was very emotional. And I was like, you bet not. And the way they were doing it, I was like, I swear, I hope nobody dies coming out of this. At first, I thought, oh, are they going to take somebody captive, like maybe Courtney or even Henry? But no. Brainwave just straight up kills his own son. And it's implied Henry's dead. Now, the reason why I say it's implied, we don't know if Henry's still alive. I can see, now, if they want to do it for the emotional standpoint, keep him dead. His character obviously had I guess if you wanted to complete his character had a nice send off, and his character is fine as well as dandy as can be. And I think that's fine. But in the back of my head, just knowing these DC TV shows, unless we see a body, like straight up a body, and we see them pass on, 9 out of 10 times they're not dead. And I believe Henry Jr. isn't dead, because if his dad can do the whole force thing, stopping objects, I think he can as well. Now, I think he is not. I personally have in the feeling in my mind, he's not dead. I think I think the way they can either bring him back is they either at the end of season 1 do a post credit scene where they cut back to the rubble and they show the rubble moving a bit, or maybe they see like a rock lifting, which would signify that, oh, Henry Jr. is still alive. Or maybe he can make a surprise appearance in the finale, and they can go into a backstory of how he actually survived the rubble. So yeah, but for this time being, he is considered dead. I think many people will think he's dead, but some people will probably be like, I don't think he's dead. He might come back, but if the Stargirls directors say, oh no, Henry Jr. is dead, he's not coming back, well then, R.I.P. Henry. Then the last thing I gotta say this is fuck Icicle. Fuck Icicle, Jordan, whatever you want to call him. This dude is one whole ass hypocrite, bro. And what I mean by this is this. He's doing all this work because of his wife, essentially, and stuff like that. And he really loved his wife, and he loves his family. And he ain't told Cameron not jack diddly squat yet about anything yet. And he loves his family to death. But he's trying to make all these ISA families, have no families at all. He's killing people's wives, and he did it to Joey Zarek when Joey Zarek's dad wasn't in the fold and he wasn't cool and he just wanted to be a regular dude, and he's like, look, I'm not down with this. What did he do? He not only killed the son, he killed him, and then he instigated the stuff with the mom. Here, he somewhat instigated the stuff with Brainwave and Henry in terms of killing Mary. And I guess you can say if Henry Jr. is dead, he made freaking Brainwave kill his own son. It's going to be a cold day in hell when Cameron finds out what his dad's been doing, and if he tries to even go kill his own son, oh, that will cross all whole types of barriers we're talking about. And just come to think of it, wait till we get the Barbara Icicle interaction. When Barbara finally can tell him, like, I know you're lying to me, Jordan. What is this machine you're talking about? And then that's when I could be like, So you know, don't you? Well, I guess I'm gonna take you out too. Art and stuff like that. Like I said, now this even adds to the whole Pat versus Jordan thing now because Jordan's maybe there'll be a part in the series where Barbie will confront him, Jordan will try to kill her, and then Pat will come in to save her and be the hero and gets Barbara to obviously fall in love with him again. Well, I think she's still in love with him, but fully have that trust back again and stuff like that. So yeah, but can I just say this? Ice Cool hands down is one of the best DC TV show villains we've gotten. That's it. He's up there in the ranks with the Reverse Flash, um, Deathstroke from Arrow, um, uh, crap, the one dude from season 5. I forgot his name. Prometheus. He's up there with those villains, dude. This dude does not give an F. He legit, if you get in his way, he will kill you and the people you love. He's up there. He's up there, and the reason why I'm saying you can't really add him to the CW thing. Stargirl's gonna be CW by season 2, so he's up there with the reverse Flash, your Zooms, your Prometheuses, Deathstrokes, and stuff like that. He's up there as A+ villains or S-tier villains in the air and I guess you can say the Arrowverse. So yeah, but other than that. Anyways, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. So if you like this video, leave a like. Put in the comment section your thoughts on this episode, and do you think Henry Jr. is dead? Also, hit that subscribe button if you want to get more Stargirl content. So till then, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Stay safe out there. Peace.